Let's get right into it, guys. Euro quarterfinals predictions. Yes, sir. It's that time. Let me know in the comments, everybody watching, how you see these 4 games playing out. Smash the like button and finally hit subscribe if you like videos covering the European Championship. Let's first do a review of my round of 16 predictions in 30 seconds or less. I went 7 for 8 in the games. The only ones who let me down were the Austrians, who were beaten by Turkey in a game that I think is probably game of the tournament. I feel like most of the other games I got pretty spot on, except for Romania and Netherlands, which I thought was going to be a very unconvincing Dutch win, and they massacred them. It was Teutoburg Forest all over again. So that's the review. I'd give myself an A-. Maybe I'm a little biased. Let's get into the quarterfinals. First up, we have England versus Switzerland. I know that England did eventually beat Slovakia 2-1 off of a Jude Bellingham bicycle kick in the 94th minute, literally 30 seconds left on the clock to send the game into extra time, but I'm still so unconvinced by this team. I don't even think the most die-hard England fans can look at the performance and be like, yeah, we played well. Because once again, England didn't play well. They got bailed out for the second time this tournament by having some of the best players on earth. Can that happen a third time against the Swiss? Honestly, I don't think so. I think the most frustrating thing about England is that we all know what should probably happen, right? We're looking at Foden left. We're saying that's probably not working. We're saying Kane, whatever he's doing off the ball, that's probably not working. We're looking at Kieran Trippier left back and saying, is this the answer? And then there's, of course, the revolving door at the 8 position. I think a better, more intelligent manager might have already made some adjustments to this lineup. And I think if England fixed a couple of these issues, I would expect them to win this game 1-0. But I'm going to bet that Southgate, being as stubborn as he is going to roll out with the same team and probably start Kobe Mainoo again. Only this time they'll be playing against a Swiss team which is far more talented going forward than Slovakia and can actually make England pay. My concern for the Swiss is that Breel Mbolo has looked pretty mid since the Hungary game, so I really think that Vargas and Raider are going to have to ball out in this game if they're going to get the dub. Like I said, should Southgate miraculously solve the 11 problems, I think England would probably win this game 2-0. But if he's going to play the same 11 with the same tactics that we've seen for, what, 4 games now, I think the Swiss get the upset. I'm going Switzerland 2-1 here. Next up, we have France versus Portugal, and holy hell, both of these teams, mostly France, were so mid in the round of 16, weren't they? We'll start with Portugal, which was pretty much the Ronaldo narcissism tour against Slovenia. Had multiple chances to win the game, whether he's missing free kicks, penalties, or one-on-one. The guy was abysmal. And I don't want to extrapolate too much because this is going to be a quick video, but I wonder if his approach to that game is having any effects in the locker room. And I'm not really sure if Roberto Martinez is good enough of a man manager to kind of keep everybody level-headed and keep everybody on track here. And certainly even the biggest Portuguese fanboys, the ones that had them winning the tournament, didn't think it was going to take a penalty shootout and a masterclass from Costa to beat Slovenia. And we got to put some respect on Slovenia, by the way. I thought defensively the entire tournament they were incredible. But still, for Portugal, it's not enough. Now you look at France in their game against Belgium, which was easily the worst game in the round of 16. I mean, both teams just were pretty terrible, in my opinion. This French midfield, it's not working. It's not working. I don't think Marcus Thuram up top is doing anything. I think he's been woeful this tournament. France has got to figure it out, man. Now, how I see this game playing out is that Portugal is going to have a little bit more of the possession. I think Deschamps is going to have France sit back and just try to counter them because they have Pepe in the lineup, for God's sakes. And France has Kylian Mbappe. I also think you look at Portugal and you look at their fullbacks, you look at how they want to play, both Mendes and Cancelo. Those are very offensive players. They're going to be pushing up high up the field the entire game. And because of that, I think that there's going to be space in behind, and Portugal are eventually going to be got out that way. I'm going to go France 1, Portugal nothing here, but I think this is the hardest game to call because Portugal definitely have the means to win. I think it's a travesty, personally, because you look at the talent in the 22 players who are going to be on the field, and you're saying this should be game of the tournament, and I just don't think it's going to be because Deschamps, France, they kind of play dead football. It's very effective, but it's not very exciting. And then you look at Portugal and you just think, you know, I don't want to just say it's Ronaldo because I think that's a little lazy, but something isn't right. Something isn't right with both of these teams, but at the end of the day, I think Deschamps is a better manager than Roberto Martinez. I think he's had more time with the squad. I think France is probably marginally more talented than Portugal as well, so I think they get it done 1-0. Next, we have Turkey versus the Netherlands, and I know a lot of people are going to get really, really mad at my prediction here. I had been very critical of the Dutch in their group stage performance. I thought they were very flaccid, and then they turned around and had their best game of the tournament against Romania, beating them 3-0 decisively. On the flip side, you have the Turks, who beat Austria 2-1 in what I would call the game of the Euro so far. And look, I'm not Turkish. I don't have any bias in this game. When you take a step back and look at how it really transpired, in my opinion, Turkey got very, very lucky. And I know people are going to be mad. Oh my God, he hates Turkey. No, if you want to think that, that's fine. You can hate in the comments. But you got to think of it this way. 2 corner kick goals. When was the last time a center back had 2 corner kick goals in the same game? That almost never happens. I can think of Dion Cools in the Asian World Cup qualifier like a year ago for Malaysia. Other than that, I don't really know if anything's coming to mind. On top of that, you had goal line clearances and inarguably the save of the tournament basically at the final whistle. Like, the stars really aligned for Turkey in this game. And congratulations to Turkey. They won. I'm not up here saying Austria got robbed or any BS like that, but I do think the Turks were fortunate. Are they going to get that fortunate again against the Dutch, a team that really doesn't lose to teams worse than them hardly ever? I don't think so. I think you look at this Dutch side and you can say that they are able to neutralize the biggest strengths of Turkey. The back line especially, they're very strong in the air from the Netherlands. I do not see Van Dijk and De Vrij getting bullied by Turkey on set pieces. And you look at the fullbacks, you look at Dumfries and Ake, those are some fast mofos. I don't think they're going to struggle with the speed of Yilmaz or Yildiz. I think they're going to be able to keep up with them. And Arda Güler, who I think's had a great tournament so far, I mean, he's going to have his hands full here. Not to mention the eyebrow-raising suspension of Demiral for 2 games. I mean, let's put the prediction aside. The man getting a 2-game suspension without me knowing much of the details of whatever that hand gesture means, to me that seems insane. I mean, I think it's incredibly harsh and unfair, and I think he's been one of Turkey's best players, and now he's out in a game in which they're really going to need him because that defense is going to be up against it. So all factors considered, I think the Dutch are going to win this one 2-0. Could Turkey get a goal? I think they probably could, but I've also been a little concerned how selfish this team looks like going forward. There's a lot of times where they should be making the easy pass, and these players are choosing personal glory and going for the shot, and it's a terrible decision. You're not going to get a lot of chances against the Dutch. I don't consider the Turks clinical. That's why I got the Dutch winning 2-0. And lastly, we have Germany, Spain, a game that I am so freaking excited for. I honestly think Spain have been the best team at the Euros so far. I mean, they've shown that they can literally do it all. They can beat a team that is good offensively. They can beat teams that just want to sit back and turtle. They can beat teams after going down a goal. I don't really know where the weaknesses are right now. At least offensively, I should say. Defensively, this is where I think the Germans can exploit the Spanish a little bit here. If Nagelsmann can stop being so damn stubborn and start Füllkrug for this match, I think he as a player is going to cause big problems for Laporte and De Normand, the Spanish center backs, especially in the air. And if I'm De La Fuente, I'm telling my players no cheap fouls around the box. We are not giving the Germans set pieces in dangerous areas because Füllkrug, Rudiger, Jonathan Tah, that's going to be a handful for the Spanish. Offensively, I don't think Spain can be stopped, but I do think defensively there are holes in the wall there. This game right here really does have the true potential to be the best game of the Euro. I'm going to go Spain 2-1 in this one. I just think the weaknesses of Germany are a little more glaring than Spain. I think Spain looks like the best team, like I said, and I think they'll be able to overcome the fact that Germany are the hosts in this one and eventually get it done. Honestly, though, the midfield battle in this game is going to be a beautiful thing to watch. Rodri and Ruiz versus Gundogan and Kroos. I mean, that's Hollywood. That's the video, guys. Those are my predictions for the Euro quarterfinals. Like I said at the beginning of the video, drop your thoughts down below in the comment. Smash the like button if you enjoyed, and hit subscribe so you don't miss any future European content here on Betball TV.